Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to say Kohalal Yamla Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Barakatham, to the elders who taught us the truth, to the brothers and sisters, on four corners of this planet Earth, standing on his word in these last and evil days, because, people think that, America is going to go back the way, back the way it was, and it's not, it's cut and dry. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? And through the spirit, a lot of a lot of this truth, okay, is being pushed out. A lot of this truth right now is being pushed out for a reason. You know what I mean? The Most High basically is feeding His people. Through the men that through the man that has an understanding of these scriptures right here. And if you're wise, you need to eat through the spirit, because when famine of the word comes, it's gonna be it. So now it's time, for the believers, and the ones that are curious, it's time for y'all to inquire, and get some of this, get some of this oil, because there's gonna come a time, when ain't gonna be no videos, brothers ain't gonna be out in the corner, you know what I'm saying, and then all you're gonna have is what you have up here, or what you done wrote down, or whatever, but anyway, through the spirit, the reason why I'm making this video right now, because like the scripture says in John 6:63, it is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So the Most High, put His spirit, put His spirit on me, and brothers know that when the Lord put His spirit on you, you just got to say, you got to say something. You know what I mean? The spirit wants you to say something. So what do? You go into your scriptures, you do whatever you got to do, because when the spirit is on you, it gives you that unction. You got to do something. You know what I mean? If spirit wants you to speak, you know what I'm saying, it gives you an unction to speak. But as being in the truth, for a while, I haven't been there that long, but I know and understand that when spirit wants me to do something, you know, I try my best to do it. With the measure of faith that He given me. So through the spirit, I just want to start. I want to start with this scripture right here. You know, it's I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it in King James, and I'm gonna read it in Good News, and I'm gonna go from there. And this is Jeremiah. Jeremiah. Okay, let me see. Okay, this is Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 9. Through the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. It says, Then I said, I will not mention of him, nor speak any more in his name, but his word was in my heart as a burning fire shut up in my bones. And I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay. Now let me read this in this Good News right here. Because sometimes when you study the scripture, it's, you got to go through certain, translations and this and that, Sometimes it gives you a better understanding, helps you, reiterate it better, okay? Verse 9, okay? This is the Good News Bible. It says, But when I say, I will forget the Lord and no longer speak in his name, then your message is like a fire burning deep within me. I try my best to hold it, but can no longer keep it back. So that's what it feels like, sometimes, you just study the word and this and that, or you say, okay, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go do that, what I mean? I'm gonna I might go to the store, I might go this and that, and just something inside you, just burning inside your heart. It's something that the Most High wants you to, study, wants you to go into. You know what I mean? It's like a fire, like Jeremiah says, like a fire. up inside your bones. You want to do something for the Most High. You don't. I mean, lots of time, you don't like leaving, leaving your scriptures and this and that. You want to get into that word because that's a peace that can and passes all understanding. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a beautiful feeling when you read the scriptures, okay, and then you could get an understanding of it, okay. Then you could be able to explain, what the scripture means. You know what I'm saying? That's a great feeling, and that's how it feels. Feel like I got fire inside. I got to say something. I got to do something for the Most High. I got to push this vibrations. You know what I mean? Somebody need to hear. What I got in my belly. You know what I'm saying? And that basically that's what it's about. When you're in this truth and you're doing your best, okay, to please the Most High. I'm not saying I make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High, gave me an understanding of His Word, woke me up for a reason. I'm learning. I study the scriptures. I'm learning every day, just like anybody else. I'm learning just like anybody else. I'm older, but still, and they made up a saying you can't teach old dog new tricks. That's a lie. You know, from the cradle to the grave. My next precept I want to go to is I want to go to Acts the fourth chapter. Acts the fourth chapter, verse verse 20. I'm gonna go to the good news. I'm keeping in the good news for a minute. Acts 4. All right. Okay. Acts 4, verse 20. It says, for we. No, I'm gonna start at 19. But Peter and John answered him, you yourselves judge which is right in God's sight, to obey you or to obey God. Verse 20. For we cannot stop speaking of what we ourselves had seen and heard. So that's what it be like. When you're in the spirit, you just can't stop speaking. You got to do something. You know what I mean? What you seen, basically, in your as you was reading, what you might have heard, on a video or whatever, you heard somebody speaking. You know what I'm saying? And it's go inside your spirit and you're processing because the Most High can teach you in different ways. You just got to receive and have a teachable spirit. Be not prideful. Humble yourself. However, whoever teaching or whatever you're reading, you got to humble yourself to the spirit. You know what I mean? And like the scripture says, verse 20, it says, "For we cannot stop speaking of what we ourselves have seen and heard." And the Most High don't want us to stop speaking. He don't want us to stop telling this truth. He don't want us to stop, doing thus said the Lord, until His kingdom come. And that's what it's all about. We got to do this work. Keep on preaching and teaching this truth, okay, until your house of the Mashiach crack them skies. Because basically, we're fishers right now, okay. But there's gonna come a time, okay, through the power of Yahweh by Shem Yahshua, there's gonna be a time when we become hunters. And that's the word right there. You know. So no, we're not supposed to stop. We're not supposed to stop. When we get that fire inside of us, we gotta let it out. You know what I mean? You gotta let this gospel, be told. All right, my next precept is let me see. Um Job 32 and 18. Job 32 and 18. All right. Okay, Job 32 and 18 says, I'm gonna start at I'm gonna start at 17. No, I will give my own answer now and tell you what I think. I can hardly wait to speak. I can't hold back the words. See, and that's how it be. That's how it be. You know what I mean? A lot of times when the spirit come on you, you want to speak. A lot of times it happens when you at camp. You could be on the sideline. Let's say you could be the next one coming up speaking. You could be the next one, to speak and this and that, and you just can't wait. It's like you have to let's say you have to throw up or this and that. It's not really like that, but it's not to that extent. But just if you have to throw up and it just comes up out of you, and you got to hold your hand in your mouth. A lot of time when the spirit comes over you and you get that revelation and you're just ready to speak, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can't wait. You can't just wait, to let the people know what the Most High put on your spirit. And that's how it be sometimes, in this truth right here. That's how it be. When you're reading, when you're home studying and this and that, and you get a revelation from the Most High, and you just can't wait, you know what I mean, to make that video or to basically, tell somebody about it. And that's what it be like. That's how this truth is going to spread to the four corners of the planet Earth. You know, by us, you know, doing what we're supposed to do, following laws, statutes, and commandments, and being in a position to receive, what the Most High has to give, so we can apply it to your own self and give it to somebody else. Because that's what it's all about. That's how this gospel is going to be spread to the four corners of the earth. Okay, by the men of the Lord. That's how it's going to happen. So let me see. My next precept, Psalms 39. Psalms 39. Let me see. Psalms 39. Psalms 39, verse 3. It says, hold on, let me see. I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, I kept quiet, not saying a word, not even about anything good, but my suffering only grew worse. Verse 3. And I was overcome with anxiety, but more I thought, the more troubled I became. I could not keep from asking. Okay, so a lot of times, when you get this spirit inside of you, you know, you know, sometimes you just can't hold it in. You just can't hold it in. You wanna speak. You wanna thus say the Lord. When the Most High put His Spirit on you, that's how it be. You might want to ask somebody this question. Sometimes you can't keep your composure. Sometimes. That's how the Spirit is. But we learn through through trial and this and that, how to learn how to control our spirit, how to act when the Spirit is upon us. But in the beginning, it was all crazy like that. But as we become, you know, more experienced, and the scriptures more experienced in how the spirit works, we learn how to control ourselves. You know. All right, my next precept. Let me see. First Jeremiah 4, verse 19. All right, Jeremiah 4, verse 19. Verse 9, it says, the pain. I can't bear the pain. My heart is beating wildly. I can't keep quiet. I hear the trumpets and the shouts of battle. And that's how it be sometimes. You know what I mean? You can't keep quiet. When the spirit is on you, something you just can't keep quiet. See, that's how I know. That's how I know. A lot of time, when you're out there teaching, wherever you're at teaching, and you just keep going on and on and on, that word's coming out of you like water. It's like water. I mean, ain't really no pauses because it's just coming out. You got to keep up with the spirit. You know what I mean? talk and talk and talk. You know what I'm saying? The spirit is basically using you. That's what happens. But when the spirit's finished, that's when you should be finished. There's a difference. Okay, you can see the difference, especially with other brothers when they be in that spirit, boom, boom, boom. Then when the spirit is finished, some brothers just want to keep on going, and you can just see the difference. When you'll see where the spirit is going. You know, but yes, we're not supposed to quench the spirit. But me personally, like the spirit be on me, and I be teaching and speaking. But when that spirit go, I'm finished. I'm finished. You know why? Because it's the spirit that quickens, the spirit that gives life. Okay, this flesh don't profit nothing. This flesh is going right back to where it came from, ashes, ashes, dust to dust. You know what I mean? You know, the Most High, gets the glory. Not us, because we didn't do nothing. You know. Okay, I want to go to. Let me see. Let me see. Jeremiah 23, verse 9. Jeremiah 23, verse 9. Okay, Jeremiah 23, verse 9. It says, "My heart is crushed, and I am trembling, because because of the Lord, because of his holy words. I am like a man who is drunk, a man who has had too much wine." And that's how it be. When you're in the spirit, the Lord put his spirit and put his word inside of you. It says like a man who drunk had too much wine. Because think about it. When you're drinking, okay, you start to see things different. You know, you start to speak different. And that's how it is when his spirit's on you. You know what I mean? It's like you drunk. But you drunk in the spirit. You let the spirit of the Most High use you. And that's how it be. And it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. When you could basically let the spirit use you, okay, and edify whoever's listening. You know, that's what it's all about. You know, that's exactly what it's all about. That's doing basically what the Most High created you to do. You know, to do His will, do His laws, statutes, and commandments. The conclusion of the whole matter. Because think about it. I was just telling somebody today, right? That a dog, okay, the Most High created dogs, He created cats, created birds, you know what I'm saying? And they do what the Most High created them to do. A dog is a dog, you know what I mean? A bird does what birds do. Cat does what cats do. But you don't see them, you don't see a dog trying to be a cat. You don't see a bird trying to be a dog. No. They do what the Most High created them to do. But us, we supposed to be the most smartest people on the planet Earth, the most intelligent. But what? We don't want to do what the Most High created us to do. We want to be something else, something else. Man want to be a woman want to be a man. You know, so that's just something to think about. You know, but it's just a it's a blessing from the Most High. Okay, that the ones that are woke understand the word. Okay, and doing what the Most High created them to do. Okay, laws, statutes, and commandments, okay, and spread this gospel, spread this good news. That's what it's all about. Because these are the last days of time. A lot of people don't believe it. A lot of people think it's like a some BS they seen on TV. You know, ain't nothing but another day. Nah. When you're in the spirit, they say that the ones that are in the spirit, okay, are the ones that are on the towers, okay. They're the watchmen. They're up on the towers, which means they can see further than the ones that are on the ground. So what's saying is the spiritual person can see further than a fleshly person. You know, us brothers who study these scriptures, who measure the times by the prophecies, we see in the spirit, and what we doing, we blowing the trumpet right now. You know, who's going to hear? You know, who's going to hear it? That's what it's about. He that have an ear, let him hear it. That's what it's all about. Everybody's not going to hear, but somebody is. You know. All right, my next precept, I want to go to Ezekiel 3 verse 3. All right. Okay, Ezekiel. Okay, Ezekiel 3. Hold on. Okay. Where is that? Okay, Ezekiel 3 verse 3 says, I'm going to start at number 2. So I opened my mouth, and he gave me the scroll to eat. He said, mortal man, eat this scroll that I give you. Fill your stomach with it. I ate it, and it tasted as sweet as honey. So basically, the scroll, which is his law, statutes, and commandments, is truth right here. In the beginning, it was good. It was sweet as honey. Before you got into you didn't really have to labor in the beginning. You didn't really have to labor that much to get into that spirit, because the Most High was letting you know, okay, letting you know that He exists, okay. So yeah, this is all sweet. It was all sweet in the beginning. You know what I mean? You know, but as you go on, as you labor in this truth right here, you know, there's another scripture that says, much is given, much is required. With much wisdom, there's a lot of sorrow. It was sweet in the beginning, but after a while, it starts to get bitter. That's why a lot of brothers, a lot of them, they fall out. They lose that zeal that they had in the beginning. But let me see, verse 14. Hold on, let me see. 3. Gonna read verse 14. It says, the power of the Lord came on me with great force, and as his spirit carried me off, I felt bitter and angry. So that world was sweet in the beginning, but after a while, it got bitter, because you seen a lot of stuff that you didn't see when you first ate this roll. Now, when you first ate this roll, the Most High will just open your eyes, give you an understanding. But as time went by, as you got a little more seasoned in this truth right here, you seen a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it made you bitter. It made you angry. Like it says in the Ecclesiastes. How's it go again? Oh, Most High help me with this. Um, yeah, a wise man. Hold on. How does it go again? Oppression maketh a wise man mad, and that's what happens. Through this truth, you see the oppressions that going on around your people. It makes you mad, and that's when that bitterness comes in. You know, but we got to eat this whole roll, I mean, there's a lot of laws and commandments, in here, that I understand, and there's a lot of them in there that I don't understand. You know what I mean? But once you get an understanding of them, that doesn't mean I don't have to follow them. Through the Spirit, it says eat this whole roll, so I got to eat this whole thing. This whole thing through the Spirit. All right, my next precept. I want to go to Amos 3:8. I wanted to bring this one out earlier, but through the Spirit, it's just kind of right on time. All right. Okay, Amos 3:8. It says, when a lion roars, who can keep from being afraid? When a sovereign Lord speaks, who can keep from proclaiming his message? So what the Spirit is saying, it's like it's showing you a contrast. When a lion roars at you, you're gonna be scared as hell. How can you stop from being scared when a lion roars at you? It's just a natural thing, you know. When a lion roars, you're afraid. You know what I mean? And then the scripture goes on to say that who can it says when the sovereign Lord speaks, who can keep from proclaiming his message? It's like when a lion roars at you, it's natural for you to get scared. So when the Most High proclaims something to you and puts it in your spirit, it's natural for you to speak that what He put inside you, and that's what it is. I mean, I know a lot of y'all brothers can relate. But when the Spirit is on you and He gives you something, and you get it and you study it, you get an understanding of it, you want to speak that. You want to put that vibration out because that's what it's for. You know, that's what it's for. You know what I mean? You like the talents. Most High give you something, you can't just sit on it. You got to multiply that thing. That's what you got to do. That's how you got it. What if the person that woke you up, you know, didn't do what he was supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? So we can't be that. You can't be selfish. That's why you can't be prideful and selfish in this gospel, because somebody out there is waiting for what's inside your belly. So we got to eat this whole roll and do what thus say the Lord. We got to speak this truth like a lion is roaring at us. All right, my next precept is let me see. Hold on, let me see. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me see. I got one more here. Oh, this is my last one. Last one. I'm gonna go to Jonah 1 and verse 2. That'll be my last precept. Uh, Hold on. What the heck is Jonah? Jonah 2. 1 second here. All right. All right. Jonah, first chapter, verse 3. Okay, it says. So the first chapter, verse 3, it says, Jonah, however, set out in the opposite direction in order to get away from the Lord. He went to Joppa, where he found a ship about to go to Spain. He paid his fare and went aboard with the crew to sail to Spain, where he would be away from the Lord. Is that what I want? Hold on. That's not what I want. No, verse 2. Verse 2. Slocky. I wanted verse 2. Verse 2 says, He said, Go to Nineveh, that great city, and speak out against it. I am aware of how wicked its people are. So basically, that's what the Most High basically, is letting us know through the Spirit. You know what I mean? He gives us an understanding of the Scriptures, okay, and He sends us out. That's what it's all about. I mean, the Most High know how wicked a lot of these people are out here. He knows how wicked they are. But there's somebody out there, okay, basically who's going to receive this truth. And that's how it is. And that's how we do. We basically are led by the Spirit. You know, and with that, Israel, I just pray that y'all received through the Spirit. I pray there was some edification going on there. about, how the spirit, basically it be shut up inside you, and basically, you just got to do thus said the spirit. I mean, the spirit wants you to speak, you got to speak. Like the scripture I brought out in Amos. It's like when the Lord speaks to you, you gotta prophesy. You gotta speak thus say the Lord. You just gotta, it's something inside you, you know, making you, you feel convicted if you don't do what the Most High say. But like I said, with that, I just pray that the brothers and sisters will edify through the Spirit. And if I said anything that was wrong, it was the flesh. It's definitely one of the spirit. And once again, Kahaloyim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Barakathum. Okay, to y'all, y'all brothers and sisters, Shalom. It's almost over.